Jackson, Oliver Stark. Give it up, everybody. So all season, we've been asking local news reporters to tell us about the people and programs making the biggest impact in their communities. It's all a part of our search for the Good Neighbor of the Year. Okay, so what's extra cool is that you, the viewers, are going to be a part of choosing the favorite in honor that will lift up one city even more than the others. And today we are headed to Omaha, where there's a program giving the most vulnerable kids in the community a helping hand, which is incredible. Here to help us and tell us more, let's welcome KETV News Watch 7 anchor Julie, Cornell, and Jeff, the CEO of Omaha Home for Boys. Welcome to the show. Meet Bibi, meet Oliver.
Hi, how are you?
So, Julie, you've covered many organizations, I'm sure, throughout your career. So why did you choose Omaha Home for Boys?
You know, I've been a reporter, journalist in Omaha for 30 years.
Wow.
And over time, I've seen children dealing with more trauma than ever before. They're being involved in violent crimes at a younger age. We've had 12 and 13-year-olds shooting each other. A lot of mental illness. They're dealing with a lot of heavy stuff. And I feel like Omaha Home for Boys comes in and they teach sort of an adulting 101 program. They bring these kids in, they let them know they care, which these kids have never had in their life. They're removing barriers. They're helping them get help with that mental health. They're getting them sober. I did a story on a 19-year-old just a few weeks ago who's sober for the first time in his life. He is working full time. And because of Omaha Home for Boys, he's able to live in an apartment and parent his 2-year-old. And he's doing beautifully.
Thrive.
This is the first time in his life that he is thriving.
Yeah, that's incredible. But also, like, sober at 19, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
that's so young.
He said since he was 10 years old.
Oh my gosh. So, Jeff, there are many components to the program. So will you give us an overview of how it plays out?
Well, we started about 103 years ago, so an overview might be a little tough. But,
yeah.
No, I'll do my best.
Bullet points. I know, 103 years, that's incredible.
103 years. We started as an orphanage for boys, and then, as you can imagine, over those years, a lot has changed. The risk factors, the challenges have changed, and we've adapted along the way. So basically what we do is we provide life skills programs with housing for ages pretty much 14 to 26 years old. We find those individuals, we talk about it like a life's ladder. Everybody's on their own rung and where they're at. So we meet those folks on their rung and we try to take them to the next step.
I like that,
so
life's ladder.
It's very different for that. We have a transitional living program for 17 to 20-year-olds. Those are individuals coming out of the foster care system that
Which
need
is
help.
so key, by the way, because people forget. You take care of them for some point, and then you just send them on their way, and they
At
don't
19?
know how to get a job, how to do anything. Like, you haven't given them any kind of life skills, so
100%.
that's incredible.
Yeah, and these kids, I mean, Julie mentions it, that a 19-year-old comes out of foster care, you assume they're ready to roll. Well, not always. In many cases, they're not even close, and so we have to kind of step in there. So we also have a community-based program that we work with individuals, and they live elsewhere, but we provide all those same services, so they don't live with us. And then the program she referenced was community supportive housing, and that one is where we work with families. So a lot of people pull families apart to help them. We bring them back together, let them live together, and then work with that family to get on their feet. So the key across all programs, though, individualized plan, we call it the blueprint for life kind of concept. So everybody has their own needs. We're not going to do one program for everyone. So we want to make sure it's individualized.
Everyone's different, yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's where failure happens. When you do the same thing for the same people, they have different needs.
That works in a lot of different areas, education, everything.
Yes, yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, and that support, you just mentioned, like, it's support and it's opportunity, right?
Absolutely.
That's what everybody needs, every kid, every adult. So Jeff, you also have an intensive on-site program specifically for high school aged boys. So tell us about that one.
Yeah, that one, those boys come to us through the probation system, so they made bad decisions, either truancy or other types of decisions. There's a wide variety, as you can imagine.
I love that you said made bad decisions and aren't bad people. I think people always say, oh, they're a bad kid, and it's like, no, it's not a bad kid. They just made a bad decision.
Yes, and
it's so important, the wording.
It's not a character flaw, it's just, it's kind of like a condition that we have to treat.
Yeah.
And we have to go in there and figure out what's happening.
Like when a kid runs a birthday cake and then hides it behind the couch.
That was interesting, yes. I did. I said that.
Bad decision.
We could do some work on him.
Bad decision, not a bad kid.
But yeah,
keep
so
going.
no, that's great. Those individuals, so the boys, 8 boys live in a cottage together. We have 2 staff at all times that are with them, acting as parents and doing those things. And our number one goal is to keep this very natural, right? They're away from their home. They're feeling kind of pulled apart, and so we try to make it natural. So a typical day for them, they go to school on campus. Just like anybody else would go to school. After school, they go to work. We have jobs on campus like we work on our vehicles, we mow. We have a 50 to and another 100-acre property, so we have a lot of mowing.
Yeah.
They learn to mow, learn to change oil, and then they work out on our farm. One unique thing, I think, a lot of people just assign jobs. Well, we make them apply for a job and then walk through that.
You teach them how to do that.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then they learn the skill of 1, applying, 2, maybe not getting the job they wanted. And so that's just a piece of everything we do. We try to make it real life for them.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Right now, Julie's colleague, KETV Newswatch 7 anchor Quinicia Fraser is at the property. So let's check in with her. Oh, good, you're at the farm. I'm excited. Okay, tell us, I love a farm, girl. So tell us more about where you are.
Hi, Kelly. I am at the Cooper Memorial Farm on the Omaha Home for Boys campus. This place is a sprawling 100 acres, and let me tell you, Kelly, it has a rich history here in Omaha. It was at one point a mule farm, but as you can see behind me, it's now used to raise cattle and to teach young men how to farm. And I want to introduce you to the farm's manager. This is Kelly Armbrust. Kelly, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Awesome. So can you tell me, what kind of work do the boys do on this farm?
Well, being as we are the longest running 4-H club in the state of Nebraska, our main focus out here is on the livestock. Now the boys will come out, they break, wash, dry, basically clean up the cattle, then they train them for competition.
Awesome, and I want to introduce you guys to another person. He is a former resident of Omaha Home for Boys. This is Michael. Michael, can you tell us about your experience here?
Absolutely. I was 14 years old when I got to the Omaha Home for Boys, and it was really the first stable living situation I had had at the time. The farm was pretty new at the time, but I really enjoyed coming out here to work, as well as picnics on top of the hill there. And I really learned a lot about accountability and responsibility working out here during that time. But most importantly, the Omaha Home for Boys gave me the opportunity to be a kid, pursue my passions instead of trying to figure out how to survive. I played the trumpet and French horn for my local high school band. And with further tutoring and counseling, I was really able to set up my academic future.
Michael, speaking of your future, what's life like now? What have you been doing?
Absolutely. So once I graduated high school down here, I got a full-ride scholarship, and then I joined the Navy. I've been doing that for the last 10 years, and most recently I was a section leading petty officer at the Naval Nuclear Power Training Command. I also just finished my last class in my Bachelor's of Science in Nuclear Engineering Technology.
Wow.
And after the Navy, I plan on pursuing an aerospace engineering degree in Colorado. And Jeff, I'd really like to say that I understand the hard work and effort it takes to help kids like us be successful. And I feel like I'm an example of why that is a worthwhile struggle. And so from all of us here, I'd like to extend a heartfelt thank you to the Omaha Home for Boys and you for everything you do. Thank you.
Oh my God.
That's so cool. Yeah.
I mean, first of all, I feel like I've done nothing with my life after hearing Michael. I was like, wait, what? I was like, congratulations. First of all, I mean, what is shown is with support and opportunity, look what can come out of that. And like, that is like, I mean, incredible. And you had your family still supporting you here, BB. Like you've had a support system from the beginning, right?
I was very.
It's a blessing.
I'm very blessed.
Yeah.
My family's always been there for me, so.
Yeah.
It's a blessing.
It is such a cool thing, and it's just nice to see, like, you've been doing this, your organization for like over 100 years. Mm-hmm. Imagine the domino effect and all those kids, like not only him, but who he's impacting. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That domino effect is incredible. So Jeff, Scotch Porter provides men with personal care products that they need to live their best lives, and they love the work that you're doing. So Scotch Porter's Social Impact Fund is donating $10,000 to Omaha Boys.
Wow.
Omaha Boys. I'm gonna do it again.
Thank you.
It is incredible the work you're doing, like the legacy, the footprints you're leaving behind. And thank you everybody for taking the time to tell us what you're doing. And also just showing the world what we're capable of when we are like being the best versions of ourselves as humans. So thank you so much.